It was just another ordinary morning at Antioch High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Hundreds of students filled the cafeteria, laughing, eating breakfast, and scrolling on their phones. But what happened next would shock an entire nation. Without warning, a 17-year-old student pulled out a handgun and opened fire, and in a terrifying twist, he streamed it live online. By the time the chaos ended, one student was dead, 2 others were injured, and the gunman had taken his own life. Antioch High School, located in southern Nashville, is one of the city's largest public schools, with a diverse student body and over 2,000 enrolled. On the morning of January 22, 2025, the day began like any other. The cafeteria was busy, filled with teenagers chatting about exams, sports, and social media. Teachers prepared for the day's lessons. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Yet, in the corner of that same cafeteria sat a boy who carried with him a deadly secret. While others saw a classmate, he had already transformed himself into something far more dangerous. At around 8:30 a.m., the calm was shattered. A 17-year-old male student suddenly pulled a 9mm pistol from his backpack and began firing. Panic spread instantly. Screams filled the cafeteria as students dove beneath tables and chairs. Food trays crashed to the ground. Some ran for the exits, while others froze in shock. In a chilling detail, the shooter had set up his phone to livestream the attack online. The horrifying images captured terrified students scrambling for safety while gunfire echoed in the background. One young girl was struck and killed instantly. Another student was hit and collapsed, blood pooling around him. A third was injured while trying to escape, falling and breaking bones in the chaos. The entire attack lasted only minutes, but for those inside the cafeteria, it felt like a lifetime. And then, just as suddenly as it began, the violence ended. The shooter turned the gun on himself and pulled the trigger. Who was this boy, and why did he do it? Investigators quickly uncovered disturbing details. The shooter, only 17, had shown troubling signs for months. His social media accounts revealed a dark fascination with mass killings. Police found a Pinterest board filled with photos of notorious school shooters, including Columbine. Friends described him as withdrawn, obsessed with violent videos, and eager for notoriety. Experts believe his livestream was part of a twisted desire for recognition, to join the ranks of the killers he admired. He was not just carrying out an act of violence, he was performing it for the world to see, in hopes his name would never be forgotten. Police and FBI agents swarmed the campus in the hours after the attack. The school was locked down, parents frantically called their children, and students were escorted out with their hands raised. Investigators pieced together the gunman's path, how he brought the pistol, how he began filming, and how he had no escape plan. His online activity showed warning signs that were either missed or ignored. Officials called the shooting a tragic reminder of the growing influence of online communities that glorify violence. The investigation revealed no political motive, no larger plot, just one boy, radicalized by dark corners of the internet, who decided to bring death into his school. The Antioch community was devastated. Parents demanded to know how a teenager could so easily bring a gun to school. Vigils were held for the young girl who lost her life, with classmates laying flowers and candles at the school gates. City leaders condemned the violence, while counselors worked around the clock to support traumatized students. For many survivors, the haunting memory of gunfire in their cafeteria will never fade. "We thought it was a normal day," one student said. "Then we realized we might not make it out alive." The Antioch High School shooting was brief but catastrophic. A few minutes that destroyed lives and scarred a community forever. A girl's future was stolen, families were broken, and classmates now live with nightmares of that morning. The shooter's obsession with infamy left only grief and unanswered questions. Was this tragedy preventable, or was it inevitable in a world where violence spreads online? One thing is certain. For those inside Antioch High School, January 22, 2025, will never be forgotten.